It's not about being boss. It's about being happy.
When it comes to The Sopranos, we all see it through a unique lens.
It's an opinion. It's great. It's truly great. Somehow horrifically funny, though tragic. I think you might enjoy it.
On that note, here's a little more detail on why The Sopranos is the greatest show ever. The characters. Their lives are ugly, messy, and beautiful all at once.
So what? There's no stigmata these days.
I don't know, Tony. It's like just the fucking regularness of life is too fucking hard for me or something. I don't know.
In other words, to one degree or another, they're just like us.
But should that be a source of shame? That when the desperate struggle for food and shelter is finally behind us, we can turn our attention to other sources of pain and truth? When we're not constantly having to put out fires, we can really delve into who you are and what you're really after in your very brief time on this earth.
Instead of a clear line dividing good and evil, so much rests in that murky gray area. While The Sopranos certainly illustrates stereotypes, it also highlights the contradictions and the hypocrisy, and also how sometimes stereotypes are simply wrong or untrue. There are certain lines that most characters won't cross, such as not targeting civilians, or as Polly refers to them,
a flag-saluting motherfucker.
Of course, there are exceptions, with civilians occasionally becoming collateral damage.
It's all about setting the precedent.
Sometimes they make me laugh.
And I expect to see you tonight at Anthony Jr.'s birthday party with your baked ziti.
Only if I'm picked up and I'm brought back home. I don't drive when they're predicting rain.
Hell is hot. That's never been disputed by anybody. You didn't go to hell. You went to purgatory, my friend.
How long do you think we gotta stay there?
You add up all your mortal sins and multiply that number by 50. Then you add up all your venial sins and multiply that by 25. You add them together, and that's your sentence.
Sometimes they make me cry.
Sometimes you tell a lie so long, you don't know when to stop. You don't know when it's safe.
But I know I can handle it. Your kids, though. It's like when they're little and they get sick. You'd give anything in the world to trade places with them so they don't have to suffer. And then they think you're the cause of it.
And they always make me think.
They say there's no two people on Earth exactly the same. No two faces, no two sets of fingerprints. But do they know that for sure? Because they would have to get everybody together in one huge space. And obviously that's not possible, even with computers.
The Sopranos feels timeless. Whether you've been watching since it first premiered in January 1999, or you just recently discovered the show, if you hear Tony's conversations with Dr. Melfi, you could easily think that it's 2024.
Thank you for holding. Your call's important to us. If it's so fucking important, you answer the fucking phone.
Stay with that.
It's just a level of bullshit. Any fucking new idea they come up with is supposed to make things better, makes things worse.
We live in a time of technological and spiritual crisis.
Certain ideas and concepts that are explored on the show feel even more relevant today.
Young people today are bombarded with so much information, so much input of every kind. Consequently, true adulthood is delayed.
The Sopranos episodes. Just like the characters, every episode has a unique way of bringing out the full spectrum of emotions.
Last day already. God, it goes fast.
With that said, sometimes I'm just craving a nice dose of Sopranos comfort food. Every Sopranos fan has their own unique recipe, but mine includes episodes like College, Boca, Toodle Fucking Ooh, The Happy Wanderer, Full Leather Jacket, to save us all from Satan's power, and a few others. Not surprisingly, the further along we are in the series, the more likely it is for those emotions to be on the heavier side. In addition to those comfort food episodes, other favorites are on the deeper side, like Whoever Did This, and in particular, the extraordinary performance by Joe Pantoliano, as Ralph Cifaretto. The Sopranos quotes.
That's what being a boss is. You steer the ship the best way you know. Sometimes it's smooth, sometimes you hit the rocks. In the meantime, you find your pleasures where you can.
Only Larry's got a trial coming up. He's in no position to go into the unknown, not known.
Think of the two boxes as ocean waves or currents of air, two tornadoes, say. They appear to be two things, right? Two separate things, but they're not.
If you'd told me before I ever watched The Sopranos that one of my favorite quotes would involve quantum mechanics, I would have been skeptical.
It's like that game we used to play as kids. Crack the whip. You run around like an idiot holding hands as tight as you can, and then the line snaps. Somebody lets go, and you're next.
Peeps? It's a fucking nickname. Family name is Piparelli. They're gonna redo it. Fucking Jason. He's dyslexic. What's that got to do with it?
Sopranos themes.
Broke all the rules and invented some new ones.
Our true enemy has yet to reveal himself.
For me, rewatching The Sopranos is like continuing on a journey and a never-ending search.
You know what's strange, Ro? When you go to a place you've never been before, it's like all the people were imaginary till you got there. It's like until you saw them, they never existed. And you never existed to them.
I don't know. Maybe you're more a philosophical person than I am.
No, just made me think, that's all. You know, it's the same as when you die. Life goes on without you. Like it does in Paris when we're not here.
And just as my feelings on various characters can change over time, so too do my feelings on identity and our greater purpose.
I mean, who am I? Where am I going?
Join the club.
When you take into account the chaotic nature of life, the question of who am I, where am I going, is hardly an easy one. That's why Tony's struggles resonate with so many of us, and it's also why many Sopranos fans often connect so naturally, even if we may have little else in common. The Sopranos soundtrack. The brilliant mix of themes and characters on The Sopranos is accompanied by an equally brilliant musical selection. Featuring nearly every musical genre, the music often conveys feelings of mine that are simply too hard to put into words, and I imagine the same may ring true for you. I mean, how could we possibly describe those goosebumps and that shiver racing down your spine when Phil says,
No more Butchie. No more of this.
Not to mention Tony and Christopher's solemn hug at Caitlin's christening. Shout out to Evidently Chickentown by John Cooper Clarke. And finally, The Sopranos ending. The Sopranos series finale always leaves me with questions that I know will forever remain unanswered. Bringing it back to the indefinite Sopranos rewatch concept, it's part of an everlasting search for my own answers on life, death, closure, or lack thereof. And just as there's no one correct interpretation of Made in America, there's no one-size-fits-all answer on life, death, or the challenges and milestones we may face in between. We all have our unique blueprint and journey, and The Sopranos is a wonderful companion to come along for the ride. Speaking of which...
Can you believe this? After all this, she wants to go back on that ride. She cried for 3 nights out.
Anyway, enough about me. What makes The Sopranos so special to you?
It's an opinion.
Let's connect. I'd love to hear from you.
Think of the two boxes as ocean waves or currents of air, two tornadoes, say. They appear to be two things, right? Two separate things, but they're not. The fact is, nothing is separate. Everything is connected.
Everything is everything. I'm down with that.
Thanks for watching.